Hello, my name is Tauni Grossklas. Under the guidance of Dr. Erin O'Connor Marsano of Baylor University, I completed my problem of practice dissertation entitled The Red, White, and Who? A multiple qualitative case study analyzing civic illiteracy and teacher use of legitimate peripheral participation techniques in middle and high school social studies courses. First, I will review my problem and purpose statements. Then I will review the research question, theoretical framework, and methodology that guided the study. Next, I will provide you with an overview of the findings and discuss how the findings converged and diverged from extant literature. Then I will discuss the implications of my findings and recommendations for key decision makers. Finally, I will display the references discussed in this presentation and provide a brief closing. The problem of practice for this multiple case study addressed the fact that despite Florida's efforts to improve civics education, over 65,000 Florida students are not reaching proficiency on state civics-related standardized assessments. Therefore, the purpose of this study was to explore how social studies teachers in middle and high schools belonging to one charter school network address civic illiteracy through legitimate peripheral participation practices. The study addressed a single research question to address the problem of practice and analyze what legitimate peripheral participation opportunities middle and high school social studies teachers in a local charter school network incorporated into their planning and instruction. The theoretical framework that guided this study was Lave Wenger's situated learning theory, which specifically focused on legitimate peripheral participation. For the remainder of this presentation, I will refer to situated learning theory as SLT and legitimate peripheral participation as LPP due to their lengthy names. The essence of SLT and LPP is learning by doing. The learner must actively engage in their learning via an apprentice-master relationship within a community of practice. Within the community of practice, the apprentice learner works alongside a master teacher, aka guided participation, and engages in increasingly complex tasks to increase their overall knowledgeability, aka peripheral participation. The apprentice learner's tasks directly benefit the community's overall goals and objectives and are accomplished using technologies of practice. As such, the learner is making legitimate contributions to the group's overall efforts. These efforts influence learning and eventually lead to mastery. Furthermore, the apprentice's legitimate peripheral participation within the community of practice impacts the greater social world. In other words, the symbiotic relationship between the learner and master connects members within and outside of the community of practice. For example, a student who is learning about lobbying uses the internet to look up their local congressman and information about issues affecting their community. The student then drafts a formal letter to their local congressman about said issue, offers solutions to the problem, and mails the letter to the congressman's office. In this scenario, the learner is guided by the master teacher through guided participation, utilizes the internet for research or technology of practice, and drafts and sends a formal letter about a civic issue as a concerned citizen, or legitimate peripheral participation. It's peripheral in the sense that the student cannot legally vote, but they can still legitimately exercise their First Amendment right to free speech. The apprentice's actions impact not only the learning that occurs within the classroom or community practice, but also the overall knowledgeability or learning/knowledge of the learner, which leads to mastery. Having experienced SLT and LPP in an apprentice-master relationship, that same learner may eventually use their knowledge of lobbying and the legislative process to become a politically active citizen, exercise their First Amendment rights, and positively impact their community and the greater social world for years to come. We will now review the methodology and overall research design of the study. The study's paradigm was qualitative. I used a qualitative approach to gather what Creswell and PoP describe as thick, rich, descriptive data, and to give voice to my participants' realities as social studies teachers. The study's design also aligned with my social constructivist positionality, which posits that meaning is derived from experiences and interactions with other persons, as described by Burr, Crotty, Lincoln and Guba, and Schwant. I specifically embedded a qualitative multiple case design with embedded units. The embedded units in my study were middle and high school social studies teachers at 3 different charter schools in one charter school network. These teachers played a crucial role in providing a comprehensive understanding of the problem of practice and what Stake calls a day-to-day rendering of the teacher participants' activities. According to Yin, the multiple case embedded unit design provides opportunities for extensive analysis. Therefore, the multiple case embedded unit design allowed me to comprehensively understand the participants' lived experiences, specifically by comparing similarities and differences within and across cases, and exploring the complexities of each unit from various angles. Convenience sampling was utilized to select teacher participants from schools within the charter school network where I am employed. I observed each teacher's instruction and conducted semi-structured follow-up interviews to determine the teacher's use of LPP practices in their planning and instruction. The study revealed 3 themes across cases A, B, and C, as well as one emerging theme. In cases A through C, the teacher participants integrated various types of technology to engage students in LPP. In cases A and C, participants integrated direct instruction and independent learning into their instruction, which limited opportunities for LPP. Finally, in cases B and C, the teacher participants integrated various forms of assessment into their instruction to prepare students for standardized assessments, which limited opportunities for LPP. This led to the singular emerging theme, which is the fact that de-emphasis on interconnections within and outside of the community of practice limited opportunities for LPP. Now I will review the integration of the study's findings with the literature review. In cases A through C, the findings converged with Evans, Marchi and Clark, and Shirky's research, indicating that social media does not substitute for meaningful in-person learning experiences in civics classrooms, and Lave Wenger's theory of SLT and the LPP practice of providing learners with access to technologies and epistemological knowledge of practice. In cases A and C, the findings converged with Clay and Rubin's research, indicating that currently there is a lack of relevant connections between the classroom and students' personal experiences due to direct transmission of information and rote pedagogical practices in social studies instruction. The findings also diverged from Armitage et al., Barabin-Roth, Chawla, and Lave Wenger's social learning theory. In addition, Campbell, Kuhn and Crowell, McGrew et al., and Owens research indicating that providing civic learning opportunities to students can lead to the development of crucial skills like tolerance, critical evaluation of sources of information, reasoning abilities related to social issues, and a deeper understanding of key constitutional principles. The findings also diverge from Priyatna et al. And Retno et al.'s research on project-based learning, which emphasizes active learning through peer collaboration and problem solving, and Arwazit and Saputra's work on total participation techniques, which enable students to work independently and collaboratively to promote active participation in the learning process through independent inquiry, collaboration with peers, and listening to the ideas and strategies of others. In cases B and C, the findings converge with Allen and Carisi, and Shapiro and Brown's work indicating that there has been an increased focus on standardized testing in reading and math, leaving less focus on social studies education. The findings diverge from social learning theory, and Campbell, Gould et al., Hart et al., Kahn et al., McFarlane and Thomas, and Tauni Grossklas research, noting that classroom-based and civic learning experiences, such as open dialogues about important civics issues, scenario-based activities, community projects, and extracurricular activities, promote active citizenship among youth. Finally, the findings also diverge from research on project-based learning, and Radzuewska and Rogoff and Vygotsky's work indicating that mentorship, either peer or student-teacher mentorships, provide collaborative learning opportunities that possess cognitive benefits, such as the development of critical thinking skills and improved academic performance, according to Kadima et al., Pianta, and Reddy et al., due to the opportunity for social learning and collaboration. The results of this study revealed the following implications for social studies instruction in middle and high schools within the study's charter school network. The integration of technology, an overemphasis on testing, de-emphasis on community connections due to the overemphasis on end-of-course and state standardized assessments, and classroom management challenges. Key decision makers, including social studies educators, school leaders, and policymakers, can help address the concerns illuminated by this study's findings by providing educators with high-quality LPP professional learning, integrating formal teacher mentorship programs with experts in LPP integration, revising Florida's social studies standards to promote active citizenship, and restructuring Florida's social studies standardized testing requirements. I plan to distribute this study's findings in the following ways: a formal presentation to the charter school executives who sponsored this study, a formal presentation to school leaders and social studies teachers within my charter school network, submission of my findings to academic journals, such as the National Council for Social Studies, or NCSS, and other industry publications. And I plan to seek out content-related conferences to present my findings to industry scholars. I appreciate your attention to the summary of my research findings. I seek to support key decision makers in implementing best practices in social studies education. My ultimate objective is to enhance instructional methods, thereby fostering civic literacy and cultivating political sophistication and active citizenship among future generations.